Mayor and the attorneys, magandang gabi. Thank you very much for joining us tonight in this very special episode of Basta Dabawenyo. Before tayo magpatuloy, Mr. President, Sir Mayor, mangumusta lang po kami sa inyo. We'd like to bid you Happy New Year. And I think this is also the question of our fellow Filipinos, sir. Kamusta po kayo ngayon po?
Mabuti po. Okay ako. Ang importante ang Davao City. Sali mo na ang Pilipinas. Sana naman okay tayong lahat. I pray to God that everything is fine with the country.
Thank you, sir. Mr. President, there are certain things that we wish to discuss tonight. No? Isa sa mga pinag-usapan dito sa, not only in Davao City, but in the entire country, is itong ang national budget natin for this year. And joining us tonight, sir, is our congressman from 3rd District ng Davao City, and he is also the former chair of the Committee on Appropriations ng Congress, to discuss some things on the budget, particularly doon sa bicameral report na pinirmahan ng Congress and Senate. So, I'd like to give the floor to Congressman C.B.
Let me start with the procedure. When the President submits the budget to Congress, so it's usually submitted by the DBM to the House of Representatives, because the budget emanates from the House of Representatives. Then, pagdating sa House of Representatives, matanggap yung National Expenditure Program and the other documents, yung BESF, saka other related documents sa budget. Then, dadaan yun sa first reading, second reading, third reading. So, after it's approved on third reading, pupunta sa Senado. Pagdating naman sa Senado, the same procedure, first reading, second reading, and third reading. So, usually, magkaiba yung naipasa ng lower house at saka upper house, yung ating lower house of Congress at saka Senate. Then, whatever is the difference, i-harmonize yan sa pamamagitan ng isang tinatawag natin na bicameral conference committee. Yung bicameral conference committee naman, pagkatapos nila, gagawa yun sila ng bicameral conference committee report. Yung bicam report na yun, assuming okay na, pipirmahan nila yun, at i-ratify ng both houses, ng Senate at saka House of Representatives. After the ratification, so lalabas na yung enrolled bill, pupunta na yun, babalik sa Presidente. The President will sign the budget for it to become effective, for the budget to operate the following year. Didiretso na lang ako, medyo mahaba kasi yung pag-usapan natin. Sa nakita ko kasi, may nakita akong maraming kulang sa BICAM report. Yung Bicameral Conference Committee report, pinirmahan kahit may mga nakikita tayong blanco. So far, ito yung nakikita ko na pages na kulang. Page SP11, page SP12, page SP13, page SP15, page SP17, page SP20, page SP21, page SP22, page SP36, page SP37, page SP162, page SP168, page SP183. Mostly from the Department of Agriculture and on program appropriations. So let's go directly to the page SP11 to SP12. Pwede naman siguro i-flash ito sa ating screen, no? Nahalata ko siya kasi, Mayor, daming, Mr. President, na maraming, at saka Harvey, maraming blanco. And these are not, I would say, ordinary figures, because these figures will reach to billions of pesos. So, tingnan natin sa page SP11 to SP12. Line 49. After the acronym NIA, delete the amount in figures 74,570,743,000 and replace with blank. Kita naman sa screen. Line number 52. After the acronym PCA, delete the amount in figures 889,065,000 and replace with blank. After the word total, delete the amount in figures 104,820,715,000 and replace with blank. At saka sa number 7, you will see the amount. Dito sa Bicameral Conference Committee report ito. NIA is blank, PCA is blank, total is blank. So maraming pages ito na ganito. Kung isa-isahin natin, I think 13 pages pa yung nakita ko na blanco at saka pati na yun sa unprogrammed appropriations. At saka may nakita din akong observation. Sa page SP11 of the BICAM report, it says that the Agricultural and Fisheries Modernization Program of 146,335,937,000. Klaro yun sa BICAM report. However, pagdating sa GAA, General Appropriations Act, ang lumabas na figure is only 126,728,221,000. Ang ibig sabihin, merong discrepancy. So, paano nagka-discrepancy? So, with all these findings, makikita natin na defective yung BICAM report. At bakit pinirmahan ng members? So, the House and the Senate ratified defective BICAM report. In other words, apektado yung ating GAA because BICAM report was defective. What was ratified by both houses are defective. Ang dami kulang na blanco that can be shown in the BICAM report at pirmado. So, yun ang aking nakikita na findings.
Thank you, Congressman Sid. Just before we get the input, the insights of President Duterte, just to refresh the timeline, this bicameral report was signed and ratified last December 11.
Yes, December 11, ang final meeting nila ng Bicameral Conference Committee report at pinirmahan ng members. And on the same day, December 11, the 222 pages Bicameral Conference Committee report was ratified by the Senate and the House. So both houses ratified it, and the enrolled bill was signed by the President December 30, 2024.
Correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, especially for those Filipinos na to put this na maintindihan nila, simply sir, kumbaga there's this document, this BICAM report na pinirmahan na may mga blanco pa na items.
Yes, makikita ito nandito sa ito yung copy ng total copy ng Bicameral Conference Committee report. Nandito yung 222 pages. May mga vacant pages. I really don't know kung paano lumabas na may figure na pagdating sa GAA.
Okay. Thank you po. Mr. President, sir, what's your comment on this particular issue?
Well, it falls short sa exacting standard ng ating batas na lalo na money appropriations must appear the true and correct value kung anong gusto mong what would be the application for the money for public money. Pagka ganon, there's something terribly wrong. And as a matter of fact, I would say, kung may mga blanco yan lumusot that is not a valid legislation. Kung nasa batas na yan, lumabas na yan ng blanco-blanco, either it could be filled up before or after sa Congress, pagka ganon, what must be submitted is the true and correct figure coming out as prepared by the budget submitted to Congress for appropriation. Pagka putol-putol yan o may kulang, that is not a valid budget for implementation as law. It's not only inaccurate, but I think the budget is in totality invalid. Hindi ka pwede mag-blanco-blanco dyan sa pera ng tao. Ano ka man? It's people's money. Maglagay ka ng mga mga provisions, but without the true and correct items or money that would be appropriated by Congress, by the people owning the money. So everything must be explained clear, patent, without doubt na itong pera na ito para ito sa ganito. Itong para na ito para sa eskwelahan, ito para sa agriculture. But you do not leave any item there vacant. Itong pera na ito blanco to be filled up later on. That is not allowed by law. And that budget is already I would like to remind Congress, mali ho yan. It's invalid. Please correct it. Or recall the budget and demand an explanation kung bakit dumating sa inyo yan na ganun kablangko. We are not, para ka binigyan ka ng blanco check dyan, o sige, bahala na kung anong ilagay ninyo. In the same manner, yung mga blanco-blanco dyan, whatever or whoever corresponds to that particular item is free to just fill up the amount. That is not by all commandments of the law, that cannot be valid, invalid, unenforceable. And kung na-implement na, it must be corrected and the money returned if already spent or corrected. And kung sino man ang niyan, they have to give us the explanation. Otherwise, sabihin ko sa mga Pilipino, huwag na kayo magbayad ng buwis ninyo. Ganun lang naman, pinagsasaya nito mga kumang na to, puro check-in na blanco, then they try to pass it as a law, and they are free to choose now the amount which they want to place. Hindi natin alam kung ano ang reserba nila, kung anong gusto na ilagay sobra doon sa pera natin. It could be that the money is in the hands of the government now, or future appropriations, or reserva ba ito. If it does not clear anything, then that is invalid and not correct.